And if you don't like it, then watch infomercials or watch those Sunday afternoon westerns, because it doesn't matter. The Cowboys will wrap up this decade as team of the decade, and that's it. It's that simple.
I got a question for you, Dan. Just hypothetically speaking, suppose the Cowboys don't get Deion and they invested so much in it. Do the Cowboys still go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
See,
Sure they go to the Super Bowl.
Deion, for the Niners, he was important. I think the Cowboys can go to the Super Bowl
But
without
here's
him.
why he's important for the Niners, because Deion is attitude, and that's what the Cowboys are about. The Niners tried, to be hardcore and be all that. You remember the '93 NFC title game, Rice got flagged for a 15-yard penalty. Yeah, because they tried to be all hardcore and they got destroyed in Dallas. Okay, and the only guy that would save that attitude would be Deion Sanders. They don't get him. Merton Hanks and Dana Hall and Eric Davis and all these guys. I think they're all out with the bandana and all that. We're all that. We go to the Pro Bowl. They're not that good.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not that good. Deion makes them better. It's that simple.
And Harris,
if you think Merton, you put Michael Irvin on Merton Hanks. Merton Hanks is for a long day, and that's the way it is. And Deion Sanders is that whole team. He brought them the whole new attitude. If they don't have him, it's going to be a big letdown. Harris Barton said it on ESPN on Sunday. He said, "We need Deion Sanders. He knows it." Some of the Niners, they want to talk trash. They want to talk. Forget it.
Definitely.
The boys. It's paint the end zone in Phoenix. The Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. And I'm just going to keep saying it over and over. And I hate to repeat myself. People are going to think it's the same show over and over. But Cowboys are in the Super Bowl. And I just look forward to a day in July of 2005 when Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin all go to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, there's no doubt of that. But we
Because
still got
they should all retire in 1999 after for the deck. Well, maybe they'll win 5 or 6. We'll probably give them another year in there. They're going to wrap it up. The greatest team, the greatest dynasty in history, and that includes everybody. They're going to be the first team to win 3 Super Bowls in a 4-year span. Nobody's done that. Nobody will do it again. The Cowboys are the best team, and they're the best franchise in NFL history. And don't give me this Niner crap, how they won 5 Super Bowls. The Niners have been good for 15 years, all right?
Oh, no doubt.
The Cowboys have maintained a level of consistency for 35 years, all right? They had a couple bad years. They were crap in the 80s. They went to 3 NFC title games in the 80s, all right? 80, 81, 82. All right, they lost them all.
But they still got
That's not the point. They were crappy a couple years in the late 80s. Then they went 1-15, and then Jimmy Johnson, the greatest coach of all time, took them to the Super Bowl in 3 years. This is the team. This is the team. There's only one team that matters. It's the Cowboys, and with all due respect to your Redskins, because we had a great rivalry there for a while.
It'll come back. We still got to play the regular season, though. That's what counts.
That's what counts, the regular season.
We still got week 2 ahead. We still got to play it.
Speaking of the Redskins, we'll move on. They are hosting the Raiders this week. The new, old, what is new is old, and old is new again.
I see a Redskin victory here. Foreshadowing a Redskin victory.
I think you're on capital D drugs.
Well, whatever it is, I don't want to get off it because we're 1-0.
That's right, 1-0. Really, see, I want to say I'm surprised with the Redskins last week, but I'm not, because a lot of people, Arizona's always that once they get Buddy Ryan, they're going to be so much better, but Buddy Ryan brings attitude, and they're going to get a wild card.
They have no offense.
Arizona is crap. Buddy Ryan is all hype, first of all right? Yeah, he's a great defensive mind. He came up with the 46 defense, the 85 Bears, and all that stuff. But, I mean, the 85 Bears were a good team.
Good players.
All right, and, yeah, Buddy Ryan drove the defense. Buddy Ryan, he's not that great a coach. You saw what happened to him in Houston. It's obvious that Buddy Ryan's defense can be solved.
It is, and
it can be solved. You saw the Redskins ran a couple of reverses for big plays.
I know. And Terry Allen ran for 136 yards against him. I mean, the Redskins' offensive line was one of the worries people had, and they look great. I think they look great, but also the Cardinals' defense was, a little susceptible there.
The Cardinals' defense is very vulnerable for the big play, and when they play Dallas, there's going to be big play time, and that's the way it is.
I know. Sports Illustrated had the Cardinals in the playoffs.
Yeah, but see, the Cardinals, I was like, the Cardinals. Buddy Ryan. No. They're not good.
Well, speaking of the Redskins, though, this can be a Gus Frerotte starting this week, and this can be interesting. At Oakland. I'm a little worried just because it's at Oakland, and the fans are more into it there. And that's another thing about Oakland. A lot of people have Oakland going pretty far. It's just because of the geographic change?
It's,
I don't know.
well, the Raiders. I mean, they're always in there. They always hang in there,
What do you think of them moving to Oakland?
I think that I don't know. I think it'll help a little bit. They have that fan, playing in the Coliseum. You got 100,000 people in there.
Yeah, that's true.
It's more relationship with the fan. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about personally. The Raiders will be good. They'll probably win the AFC West. If not, it's going to be Denver. But they're not going to go to the Super Bowl.
I don't see them going to the Super Bowl this year.
I mean, Jeff Hostetler got lucky that one time with the Giants. I mean,
definitely.
Yeah,
Sorry, Bill fans.
Yeah, the Bills, man. Feel bad for the Bills. But the Raiders, they'll move back to Oakland. It'll help them.
Yeah, I think they could win the division maybe in the AFC West. And that's in the division last year going in. I thought it was the toughest division. And this year going in, it's up for grabs.
It's definitely depleted, the AFC West, especially with the Chargers. But Oakland, I was happy to see him go back to Oakland.
Yeah.
And,
it's weird. Like, since I've been watching football, I've gotten used to LA Raiders and all that. And Oakland, you always heard about Oakland. And now it's a little weird getting used to it, but I can get used to it, though.
I'll definitely get used to it. Let's ask our celebrity analyst, Gladys Knight, what she thinks of Al Davis and the move to Oakland. Thank you, Gladys. That's our celebrity analyst. And we'll be bringing our celebrity analysts throughout this year. Because hey, they have opinions too, and that's the way it is. But
what's your favorite Gladys Knight song?
What's that?
What's your favorite Gladys Knight song?
That's a toss-up. I would say Midnight Train to Georgia.
You gotta go with that, yeah.
But I am also a big fan of Neither One of Us. That's a nice slow ballad. It's a good song.
Classic stuff.
It's classic soul, and I'm a big Gladys Knight fan.
And R&B nowadays just isn't the same.
It's not.
Go back to Gladys Knight.
We'll give shout out to Boyz II Men. Boyz II Men's really the only R&B. But you know what? We're not here to talk about R&B.
That's true. Let's go back to football.
But we could if we wanted to.
Hey, that's another idea for next semester.
You look so whack with those glasses on.
I don't know. The chicks dig it, I think.
Oh, man. Listen to you.
One and only, you're smoking all the trash. I gotta get used to it.
Exactly. Hey, believe me, when the Cowboys were crappy, you get a win. You smoke that trash for the whole week until you get beat the week after. Oh, well. Speaking of crappy teams, we're going to go now to one of our in-house workers here at the Cowboys Fan. He's a Jet fan, and
diehard Jet fan.
Moment of silence. Moment of silence for the Jet fans. He's crazy Jets fan, Steve Lefko, and here is his take on some of the crappier games of the week that have no bearing on anything.
Crazy Jet fan here, folks. With me, as always, 2XL. Want to apologize to all the Jet fans out there first. Not wearing any Jet garb this week. Got no paraphernalia behind me. A little flustered, first weekend back. I apologize, trying to make up for it as the season goes along. But the one thing I do have with me, friends, is the pain. The pain that we all have that comes with being a Jet fan. But I want you to know it's okay, because I'm here for you. I figured this week, just do a quick wrap up of last week's game. Look at some of the positive and negatives. First, positives. Right. Score the negatives. Whole damn team sucks! Can't pass, no running game, defense. I'm okay though, I'm okay. You know why? First week, we got the Kinks. I'm gonna go on a limb here next week, Colts, Jets by 30. Now, Cowboy fans, you asked me to talk about the important games next week. The games that everyone's looking forward to, the big games. First, of course, we're gonna start off with Cincinnati and Jacksonville. Cincinnati coming off a big win next week. Jeff Blake had a good game. Ex-Jet. But I have to go with Cincy by 25. That brings us to the Colts. Colts came off a hard loss last week to Cincinnati. Coming into the Meadowlands. Jets look a little rusty last week, A lot of potential there. I'm going to stick with my Jets by 30 on that one, too. And, of course, Saints. Almost pulled off an upset against San Francisco. St. Louis is coming in. St. Louis off another big upset. I'm picking Saints, but St. Louis is going to be a close game. I just want to make a prediction here, making the preseason. Everyone's Everyone's calling me crazy, but hey, if you're a Jet fan, of course you have some kind of psychological problem, and that's okay. But I'm saying it right here, you heard it first week, San Francisco or Dallas will not make it to the playoffs. That's right. Not the championship game, not the Super Bowl, the playoffs. I'm just waiting for a glory day when the promised land, when I could say the Jets actually won a division title since the merger. Gonna have a lot more to talk about next week. Sorry this segment was so short this time around. I apologize, but hang in there. Season prediction for the Jets this year, 9-7, possible wild card. As always, me and 2XL, we're out of here next weekend. Talk to you later.
Well, that's crazy Jets fan. He's got problems, and we actually offer a service here at the Cowboys Fan for Jet fans. The phone number you see on the screen there, 1-800-JET-HELP. There's help out there. If you want to come root for the Cowboys, we accept all bandwagon jumpers. I myself am a lifetime Cowboys fan. I've been a Cowboys fan my entire life.
Yes,
so that's the one thing you can't accuse me of. You can call me obnoxious, call me arrogant, call me stupid. You know, oh, how could you say that? Well, it's too bad. Cowboys are America's team, and they're the only team that matters.
I'll vouch for this because when we were at the bus stop, there used to be this kid, Tommy Pugh. He used to always bust on Dan. But Dan stood his ground, and
That's
now
right.
he's drinking milk. And
hey, part of the reason I am the way I am today, very fanatical, is because of the torture I received during the mid to late 80s by Giant fans. You guys tortured me. Oh, yeah, the Cowboys suck. How about the, bringing the sports section, waving in my face. Yeah, well, great, because you guys got spanked on Monday night. Sorry.
Feels good, though, right?
It's good. It's good. It was time to make the donuts for the Dallas defense, baby. And don't think it's going to be any different in Week 16 when you come to Texas. It's going to be even worse. I hate the Giants. I hate, it's just one of those things. I hate them.
Yeah. Well,
I hate to see them win. I hate to see them do good. I hated when they got Dan Reeves. I hate that team.
Tough for you.
Just them and the 49ers, man. I can't. 1990 NFC title game. Giants.
That was a nightmare. That was a nightmare. You watch the AFC game and then go to bed or something.
I did not. I just wished they would forfeit that game and send maybe the Bears to the Super Bowl.
That'd be awesome.
It was just a nightmare to watch. But those days are over. It's the 90s. The Cowboys are the team, and that's it. Last year, hey, you're going to have a blip on the screen. But as far as I'm concerned, in the retrospect, Cowboys team of the decade, greatest team of all time. They will beat out the 49ers of the 80s with Joe Montana. They will be better than the Steelers of the 70s, the Packers, the 60s, and then who cares before that because football wasn't too interesting back then. That's when baseball was our national pastime. And well, what are you going to do? Football is the #1 sport now in America, and it should be because it's the most exciting and
no labor problems.
No labor problems,
That's
and
the
aren't we
biggest thing.
happy for that? There will be a Super Bowl this year, and there'll be a Super Bowl every year. Maybe one year it'll be good, but
I like the fact that it's in Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix gets the Super Bowl this year.
Good.
First time city hosting a Super Bowl.
Oh, and NBC, if you're out there, don't get Trumpy to do the game. Get someone else.
Man.
Don't put Trumpy there.
Bob Trumpy, man, and Dick Enberg.
Yeah, oh, geez, it's just a nightmare. I mean, we had 2 years back-to-back of it, and then last year
now
we
we
had a
get
break.
3 out of 4.
Oh, man, last year we had a break, but the Super Bowl was a romp.
The Super Bowl, it's a romp every year. And you think back to those 2 Super Bowls on NBC, and you see your sport and your NBC sports hat.
I love NBC. I got nothing but love for NBC there. But just get rid of Trumpy, man. And Enberg, too. Get someone new in there.
I'd like to see more of Albert. But you think about all the people who work Super Bowl 27 and 28 on NBC, man. Of all of those people, you think the one guy that would end up killing his ex-wife would have been Bob Trumpy.
Oh, man.
But it was OJ. Who knew?
We don't want to step to that.
I'd have put my money on Bob Trumpy. But what are you going to do?